कौन ज्वाइन किए? पार्टिसिपेंट कौन है अभी? Who is that? Please introduce yourself.
Sir, I'm Prachi.
Acha, Prachi. Okay. So, okay, Prachi, I hope that you must have done the practice paper 2.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any remark I have given? Because those who have given the problem solving in that group, I had given instructions that there are some problems. So, are your all problems okay?
Yes, sir.
Acha, no problem at all, no?
No, sir.
But normally I have found question number 5, that was the logical one, determine which true or false. Okay. Here students have written the direct answer as true or false. But as far as the question is concerned, proper reason is to be given, right? Do you hear me? Proper
Yes,
reason
sir.
is to be given. Reason in the sense is that, for example, just I'm giving a sample so that other can also follow, those who have not done it. Set A is given, just I'm writing here, set A is given as set containing 1, 2, 3, another is 4, 5, then 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. Now the question is determine which is true or false. Let us take one problem. 1 belongs to A, right? Now here, whenever you are answering it, true or false, then you have to give proper justification. Now obviously, 1 belongs to A is false, because 1 is not separated element in that set, right? 1 is not
Yes,
a
sir.
separated element in that set, so 1 belongs to A is false. It's a right false. Now this will give reason here as 1 belongs to the set 1, 2, 3, and set 1, 2, 3 belongs to where? Set A. Therefore, it is saying that 1 belongs to A is false is the correct answer to be given. Because you know, I was going through the different problems of JEE, main and advanced. I found that about 3 to 4 questions are asked from set directly, right? And as I told you that set relation function is the backbone of mathematics, correct? So all the set knowledge is to be required to all of us. Their application is required to all of us. Just I'm telling you the example, that is the probability. In probability, the theory is slightly difficult, but when you apply the set, automatically you will find pleasure to do that. Because if you are not practicing set relation function, that means you are only solving the problem. And just you know that without solving, if you are solving the problem only, you are not giving proper justice of yourself for JEE preparations. Because proper concept is required, and the set relation function is proper concept. Okay, there are so many things to be discussed. Let us come to the point here. So accordingly, as I have given the reason here, as 1 belongs to 1, 2, 3 set, and this 1, 2, 3 set belongs to A, so 1 never belongs to set, right? I hope it is clear. So accordingly, other question can be answered, right? Let us see now the last time work. In last session, we had seen the law of algebra of sets. Law of algebra of sets, where I had explained that there is a law, commutative law, associative law, identity law, distributive law, and so on and so forth. So here, in this discussion, normally you have to take care of the property of union and intersection because they are widely used in the joint interest preparations, right? So let us have it. First is the commutative property. Proof is not required, only understanding is required. Now for the understanding, I will just explain how it is that I am taking the properties of union. I will explain it through Venn diagram because Venn diagram play a very important role in understanding the concepts of union and intersection and other technical terms of it. So let us have this diagram. Whenever we say A union B, if there is question to find A union B. Now, whenever there is question or so A union B, then there are so many conditions. The condition is that first A is a subset of B, second B is a subset of A. Now, third A is equal to B, and fourth A that is A is not a subset of B. A is not a subset of B. You can write here. That means A is not a subset of B. Means the elements of A are not in B. It was possible that there are some element common to both. So another case is just I am using here intersection also. That means the common element is available. That means A intersection B is not a null set. So there are 5 options. Just you see, there is simple problem. Find A union B, or better to write, represent A union B through Venn diagram. This is the main question. So let us revise it and write represent A union B. So there are 5 conditions I have imposed. Accordingly, whenever you are getting problems, you have to cite many questions from your side. That means if you will cite many questions of your side, automatically your understanding will be better and you will find that you are learning a lot. Because the thrust area of J entrance is nothing but the concepts. So once your concept is clear, automatically you can answer it because it is a multiple choice question. If you are spending 5 minutes time in a particular question, automatically you will not be able to tackle all the questions. Correct. Let us see now. First case A is subset B. I just explain it one by one and rub it. So A is a subset of B. Means all elements of A are in B. So say B is bigger and say it is here. So this is the concept of A union B. And my problem is A union B. So just you say it all. Say it all. Now this clearly explains that all elements of A, those of B which are not in A are coming. So this is the first case, A is the subset of B. Second, B is a subset of A. In the same figure, B will be inside and A will be outside. This is B and this is A. So B is a subset of A. So it is better you must have understood the concept of B is subset of A. The region is same. Now A is equal to B means all elements of A are in B. Means it is a coincident case. This is a coincident case. Means the two sets are overlapping, right? You can have it here. This is one set A, another set B is also overlapping it. So this is the concept of A union B. Just you said it. So A is equal to B means all elements of A are present in set B and all elements of set B are present in set A. So this is the conceptual part. So this is the case of coincident. So this is the logic. Third. Now fourth is A is not a subset of B. A is not a subset of B. There are two cases here. Let us see. Let us write here A and B. Write A here, and this is B. So here is the case. A is not a subset of B because some element of A are not present inside B. These elements of A are not present inside B. Therefore, it is the case that A is not a subset of B. So, for case of union shading, just set this element and this reason. Just set it. So, this is the setting of B is sorry, A is not a subset of B. Fifth part is nothing but the supplement of fourth part, similar to fourth part. Because fourth part is also A intersection with null set. Means there is no common, sorry. Let us see it. Because here is some common element. This is the case where A intersection B is not is equal to, is not a null set, not a null set. Yes. Means some element is common to both. So this is also here. The fourth is equivalent to here. Is the logic. Now here A intersection B is not a null set, right? If sixth condition can be given, let us write sixth condition here. A intersection B is a null set. Means write A and B separately. Let us draw another figure.
Sir, can you explain the fourth one once again?
This is set A and this is set B. So here A and B.
Sir, can you explain the fourth one once again?
Yes. Yes. One is A is not a right? A is not a subset of B, meaning thereby that all elements of B. Echo is coming. Just okay. Why echo is coming? Please check it. Raji, okay? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Earlier echo was coming, so there was a confusion in explaining. Okay. So A is a subset of B means that some elements of A are not in B. That's why I have written set A and B in diagram like this. Let us take here. This is set B. These elements, the tick mark element is not present in B because regarding subset condition, you must have seen all elements of A are present in B. But there may exist some element in B which are not in A. So it is possible. But A should be totally inside the set B. That's why it is like that. That's why I've taken here. This is A union B shading. And this part, this common part dotted line, I like to write A intersection. This is intersection. That means some element is common to both the sets. I hope it is clear now. Okay.
No, sir. I think that if you have written A is not a subset of B, it will include the full set of A.
Just I'm writing again. Once again, I'm just coming to the point. Just the condition is A is not subset of B, right? So let us take an example. Take an example 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now here you write 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is here. 5, 6. So just you see, I've taken here 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So your answer is you want to know that this all included in this set, right? But you
Yes,
see,
sir.
1, 3, 2. in this case, what is coming? In this case, it is coming that 1, 3, 2, 4 is a subset of 1, 2, 3, 4. This is subset of this, right? Like the first one, correct? Now
Yes,
I'm writing here this. I'm deleting it, correct? I've deleted it. Is the concept now clear? A is not subset of B. A and B. B may have any other element which is not in A, except 4. 4 is the element which is common to A and B, right?
yes, sir. Now it's clear.
Because you are free to take B. But in the earlier case, if it is subset, then I would have written 1, 2, 3 again, right? That's why I have taken set B 4, 5, 6. And set A is 1, 3, 4, 2. Hope it is clear now. A is not subset of B. Also, B is not a subset of A, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in this case, A intersection B is a null set. Sorry, not a null set. Means 4 is common. So, in that case, I told you earlier that this 4 and 5 are the supplement to each other. Both are same thing, right? That's why I told you that proper logic is required. So just you think whenever you are facing any problem, in understanding concept, you take small examples, correct? This small example will help you to understand many concepts, correct? Yes, let us see now. So this is all about the, let us see, A union B is equal to B union A. Now, let us take one case, because I want to just show A union B. Let us take this is set A and this is set B, right? Now, A union B means all elements of A and those of B which are not in A, all will come here. This is the concept of A union B. Now, if I say here that this is same as B union A, is there any problem? I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Because A union B contain the same element as B union A has, right? So this is the concept of commutative property. Now, whenever you are coming to a society, many examples can be given, but I would like to explain by taking my own example through figures, right? Let us see. 3 sets. How is it take 3 sets? I am taking second one. Take set A here, set B here, and set C here. A, B, and C. Right? Because my intention is to go through your foundation, but at the same time, I like to discuss your problems. You are from ICSE, ISC board? Just reply, Prachi. You
No,
are
sir.
from ISC board? ISC board? Or CBSE?
Yes, sir.
You are from CBSE or ICSE? Indian
ICSE.
So now,
just tell me.
We both were in ICSE.
in
Okay,
class
no.
10th.
But in class 11, what you have learned?
We'll go to
So I
CBSE.
haven't
I think.
taken admission.
You'll go to CBSE.
Yes, sir. Even I have not taken the admissions, but I am sure that I'll go to CBSE.
CBSE, right? Because NCERT explanation is such a nice explanation that most of the aspirant of IAS or JEE, they follow it. In ISC also, the same syllabus are there. So
Yes, sir.
just you follow it. After completing this chapter, I'll take up the questions of your board, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
let us
sir.
see. First, you understand all the logics that I am going to.
So I have one doubt from different topic. Can I ask?
Just you ask me.
Sir, if it is written to take the counting numbers less than 2, can we take the negative numbers?
Counting number less than 2.
Yes,
Counting
sir.
number less than 2.
Yes, sir.
Since you are telling counting number, if I say in the class there are -2 students, is it not a laughing stock?
No,
If I
sir.
say in the class there are -3 students, is it correct?
No, sir.
Not. It's
That's
not
right.
correct.
This is the logic. You must follow it. Because counting number, what is the priority here? Counting number. You must have understood there is Euclidean geometry. In the Euclidean geometry, the concepts are given. What is the axioms? What is postulates? How the things are coming? Why it is defined? Why it is not defined? Right? That is another piece. Okay. So counting number means the number which is counting. Now there are 20 students in the class. Okay. Answer is coming. This is correct. Right? So please be here, and these types of questions you can ask later. I'll answer it, no problem. But I would like to stay here so that I can think more and more about this, right? You see, I don't have any book. I'm just explaining before you. The knowledge I have, the concept I have, that I'm delivering to you, right? So let us see. This is A union B union C, right? Now here, by observation of these three sets ABC, right? If you have any query, you must ask your doubt in GB problems. Okay? There is a separate group, problem asking. So just ask any type of question which is beyond our discussion, no problem. I'll answer it, right? Okay,
sir.
hope it is clear now.
Yes, sir.
Let us see now. This is set ABC. Now here you must have understood the concept of ABC. How? This part is common to A and B. Just think the logic. This part is common to A, B, and C. This part is common to A and C. So this is the situation where I have given the understanding in such a manner that we can know everything. Because in the application of set, this is required. Because Venn diagram help us to solve many application problems. Because for the G foundation course, the law of union, intersection, complementation, relation, function, that means these are required. So just I am giving pressure on that only. Okay. So I will not go to applications. Simply I will just explain what is that, so that you can have your understanding in that area also, right? Let us see now. So A union B union C. That means first you said A union B. Just set it. All elements of A and those of B which are not in A. This is A union B. Now union C. Actually, these types of work can be shown in three figures. First, you will show A union B. Then you will show union C. So take union C here. I am taking all three sets combined together. So this is A union C. The right hand side also, first you say B union C, then say A union B union C, and finally you get the same figure. So this is the rule known as the associative law. Because in associative, only bracket play very important role. Here the bracket is given, small bracket is given between A and B. A union B. Here bracket is given in B union C. Now third one. A union phi. A union phi. Let us have it. A union phi is equal to A. Now phi stand for what? Phi stand for null set without element. So no need of drawing diagram. You can have set A. Let us take this type of example also 1, 2, and phi is without element. You can have it like no problem. So A union phi is what? All elements of A and those of phi which are not in A. So this is what this. So this is law of identity, right? So what is identity for union? The identity for union is phi. Here, phi is the identity for union. Do you follow the meaning of identity? Identity, what is clear to you? Hello? Identity, what is clear or not? Hello?
No, sir.
Are you not listening me? Hello? Hello, Prachi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just you give response so that I can explain more. No? Again, echo is coming. Now, just you see, identity element. Identity element means such element which on applying with the operation, the set remain unchanged. That's why, because when A is operating with phi under union, you will find this is A union B. Stand for here phi. Right, sorry, phi. A union phi. So this phi is operating like the identity. So the identity of union. Now there is additive identity. I have already explained that additive identity is what? 0. There is a multiplicative identity that is 1. Right? So let us see now. Now, fourth one, A union A is equal to A. This is idempotent law. It's obvious. All elements of A and those of A are equal. So it is idempotent law. This is the universal law. Universal set union A is universal set. You know, universal set is the set having all the elements of the set under considerations. Therefore, this universal set union A is law of inversion. Correct? So this is all about the what is called union. This is properties of union. Now come to another part. This is the yes. Let us see it. Intersection. Here, first one, A intersection B is equal to B intersection A. The same thing here. No need of explaining further. Now this is A. This is B. So this is A intersection B. Now either you tell this A intersection B or B intersection A, both are same thing. So this is obvious. Same thing here, A intersection B intersection A. You can show it through Venn diagram. You will try to see. Now here, phi intersection A is null set because there is no common element between phi and A. So it is the result null set. Universal set intersection A is what? A. Because the common element of universal set and A is A set. Right? So this is the third one. Now fourth, A intersection A is A. Same logic. And here the last one, distributive property. So let us take some example so that you can understand this distributive property. Let 3 sets. Let us take example. Let set A is 1, 2. Set B is 2, 3, 4. Set C is what is called 1, 2, 5. Let us take it. I've taken 3 sets and I'm going to prove that A intersection B intersection C is equal to this. So take it. Your LHS is A intersection B intersection C. Sorry. A intersection B union C. Sorry. Because I'm going to explain here distributive property. Okay, let us say this fifth one. This is fifth. So distributive property, your LHS is A intersection B union C, right? Now first you take B union C. So B union C is what? A intersection B union C is all elements of B, and those of C are not present in B. So write first 2, 3, 4. Then 1 to 5. 1 to 5. Sorry. 1 and 5. Correct? So this is A intersection B union C. Now take A set. Set A is 1, 2. Intersection 2, 3, 4, 1, 5. So what is common between these two sets? 1 and 2 is common. 1 and 2, 1 is present here, 2 is present here, and here 2 is present and 1 present. So common element between these two sets. So common element between these two sets is what? 1, 2. So this is your left hand side. Now come to the right hand side. Your right hand side is A intersection B union A intersection C. Now take intersection B. First write 1, 2. Then intersection B, B is 2, 3, 4. Then just you block it. Then union A intersection C. A intersection C is what? A is 1, 2. Then intersection C. C is 1 to 5. 1, 2, right? So let us have it. Now, let us first solve one by one. Now, 1, 2 intersection 2, 3, 4. So, what is the common between these two sets? 2. 2 is common between these two sets. So, it's a right here. It's a right. Union. What is common between these two sets? 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Now, what is the union of these two? 1, 2. So, I hope it is clear now. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just go on giving the response, right? So, this is 1, 2. Now, you find left hand side is same as right hand side. Therefore, this property is 2, right? This property is 2. This is called distributive law, right? Okay. Let us see now. Another part is complementation. This is very important property. Very important property. So please adhere to it. Please concentrate over these concepts. Are you comfortable in English discussion? Hello. Hello. Are you comfortable in English discussion?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm comfortable.
Yes. Actually, a teacher always feels something. If there is any confusion, automatically there is a, because you all are from ICSE, so you are well equipped with English literature and everything. Okay. So
Yes, sir, yes.
you might be understanding everything, because I feel myself comfortable always in English, right? So it is habit now. Complement of a set. First of all, I would like to explain the complementation. Complement. Complement sets. Last time I had explained the meaning of complement, that at present you are in your room. I am just recalling that situation. You are in a particular room. There are 4 rooms in your house. So your complement is the remaining 3 rooms, right? So complement means you are not there, right? I hope it is clear now. So this concept I am going to transfer. This concept I am going to transfer here. Complement set. Now, let us see the first thing. A union A complement. For the complement, it is very essential to recall the inversal set. So let us have it. This is inversal set. This rectangle is inversal set. I am taking first one, complement of the set. A union A complement. First you take A. This is set A. Complement. A complement is that area where A is not present. So this is the setting of a complement. This is a complement. The setting area is a complement, right? The setting area is a complement. Now you are coming to this part.
Sir, can you repeat once again?
Just you see, whenever you are coming to the Venn diagram, your first thing is to highlight universal set, right? Universal set is the rectangular box that contains the all elements of the set under consideration. Clear? So here I have taken a small circle here, and I have taken that this is A set, correct? Now in universal set, there are many elements, correct? So A complement means the elements which are not in A, right? Right here, elements, A complement, element which are not in A, right?
A.
The element which are not in A. That's why I have taken this set outside the set, correct? Now come to the situation here. A union A complement. Now you have to set this A as well as A complement. Just set it. So what you will find here, A union A complement is universal set. Is it clear? I hope so.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it clear?
Yes.
Yes. So A union A complement is universal set, right? So this is the property number 1. Now second property, A intersection A complement is null set, right? So again same thing. For the second I am coming. A set is here. Now complete. This is set A, and this is the complement. A complement outside the set A. Complement is denoted by A dash or A to the power C, right? So A complement. A intersection A complement. Now let us take the common between this set and this. Is there any common element? Response it. Is there any common element? Reply it. क्या ये
No,
और
sir.
ये complement common है?
No, sir.
नहीं, वही जाना चाह रहे हैं. Since no element is common between A and A complement, therefore A intersection A complement is what is called null set. That's why I told you that Venn diagram play very important role in explaining the concepts. And later you can see so many examples. I'm just framing practice paper 3 because practice paper 1 and 2 is given to you. Since some things are not visible, so I'm just preparing practice paper 3. There you will be given so many numerical examples so that you can understand, enhance your ideas, right? So let us have it. A intersection A complement is null set. So now the last, that is 2, is known as De Morgan law. It is very important law. It is very important law. It is very important law. It is very famous law also. De Morgan law.
Sir, what is the name of this law?
De Morgan law. Because you know, the mathematical names are given by the researcher, the discoverer of the concept, right? That's why this law is known as De Morgan law. What is that? Just you see. A union B complement is A complement intersection B complement. Is a law of reversal. Second, A intersection B complement is equal to A complement union B complement. So these two laws together known as De Morgan, right? I hope it is clear now. Is the law of reversal. उल्टा हो जाता है. आप देखिए A and B complement लिया गया, तो क्या हुआ? A complement intersection B complement. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि जो ही complement हम चढ़ाते हैं यूनियन पर, तुरंत रिवर्स हो जाता है complement intersection. इसलिए इस कॉन्सेप्ट का बहुत एप्लीकेशन है. इसका एप्लीकेशन बहुत ही ज्यादा है। कुछ क्वेश्चन देंगे आपको, आप बनाएंगे इसको तब पता चल जाएगा। दूसरा है इंटरसेप्टिव कॉम्प्लीमेंट इज ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट। हम दिखाने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं वेन डायग्राम से कैसे समझाया जाता है।
It's vice
पहला
versa.
ठीक है, पहला आप दिखाइए लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में यूनिटी कॉम्प्लीमेंट। तो आप ले लीजिए, अपने से लेना है आपको, है सेट ले लीजिए, सेट भी ले लीजिए। हम ऐसे ही सेट प्रेफर करते हैं जिससे कुछ लॉजिकली फायदा होता है, इसीलिए लेते हैं। ए यूनियन बी, तो आपका ए यूनियन बी हुआ, हम चलिए सेट कर देते हैं इसको। हम ये हमारा सेटिंग क्या हुआ, ए यूनियन, इधर यूनिवर्सल सेट कर देंगे। दिस इज द सेटिंग ऑफ यूनियन। ये हमारा फर्स्ट फिगर यानी फिगर 1। इसी का दूसरा फिगर क्या है, फिगर 2 में हम दिखाएंगे ये हमारा सेट ए है और दूसरा सेट बी है। हम दिखाने जा रहे हैं ए में बी कॉम्प्लीमेंट, यानी वह एलिमेंट जो ए में बी में नहीं है। तो आप कहाँ दिखाएंगे, आप बाहर दिखाएंगे। You'll show it here. This is the set division of A union B complement. I hope this understanding is clear to you. This A and B complement.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Yes. Similarly, you can take right hand side. In right hand side, so just I'm rubbing it here. Let us see right hand side. I've explained this in 2 figures. Here also I will try to explain, and I'll just tell you that 2 figures are same. Come to second. First you take inverse set A intersection B, that is set A and set B. This is set A and this is set B. This is your A intersection B. This is A intersection. Set it, no problem. Set it. This is A intersection B. Figure 1. F1. Now come to figure 2. F2. This figure is what? Take this. This is set A. This is set B. And I'm taking this is versus set. Now A intersection B, what is called complement. Complement means जो A intersection B में नहीं है तो कहाँ आएगा, इधर आएगा। ये आपका हुआ फिगर।
The whole universal set except the intersection between them.
Right, very good. Nicely answered. Well done. Yes, try to answer like this so that I can encourage myself to explain something more. Right. So
Yes.
A intersection B complement. This is your A intersection B. So this is the left hand side. Correct. Now right hand side. Come to the right hand side. For that, you draw the figure here. I'll show it here so that I can match. So right hand side, this is A complement. This is set A. This is set B. This is A complement. I would like to show A complement. Means not in A. It is like that. A को छोड़कर सब जगह है, A में नहीं है। ये आपका हो गया A complement. फिर आप चलिए दूसरा ले लीजिए, दूसरा ले लीजिए, जिसमें आप B complement दिखाएंगे, A सेट A हो गया, दूसरा सेट B हुआ, B complement दिखाएंगे जो B में नहीं है, बाकी सब जगह है, ये आपका B complement हो। अब आप देखिए कि क्या दोनों में कुछ कॉमन है क्या? कॉमन छोड़ दीजिए, कॉमन तो खैर है, आउटसाइड कॉमन है, लेकिन आपको यूनियन लेना है। यूनियन का मतलब कि साइडेड रीजन का और साइडेड रीजन का। जब साइडेड रीजन का लेंगे, देखिए ध्यान से, ये पार्ट दोनों में नहीं है, ये पार्ट यहाँ भी सेटिंग नहीं है और यहाँ भी नहीं सेटिंग है, इसलिए जब दोनों का यूनियन लेंगे, ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट यूनियन बी कॉम्प्लीमेंट, ये आपका यही हो जाएगा। Do you follow it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. A complement यूनियन बी कॉम्प्लीमेंट मतलब हुआ कि A complement का सारा एलिमेंट और B complement का वह एलिमेंट जो A में नहीं है, इसे आ गए, इसे लेफ्ट हैंड साइड, इसको राइट हैंड साइड। दिस इज कॉल्ड।
Sir, can you explain it once again?
Yes. You take, I'm explaining right hand side, right? This is right hand side. So I've taken separately. I've taken set A and B here. Taken A complement, not in A. Shown here. Right? Here I have shown B complement, not in B. Now let us take union. So this part is common outside region. Okay. Now here this is shaded. So it is shaded here. Now here this part is shaded. So this part is shaded. So these two shades are equal, right? Do you follow?
Yes,
Or not? Do you follow? This is a very important logic, and you just practice it. I'll give some example. You'll try to do that. I hope
Yes,
that will feel pleasure to understand the fact, right? Let us see another concept. This concept is law of double complementation. सेट थ्योरी एक ऐसा लॉजिक जब देता है, लॉजिक का अर्थ आप समझते होंगे क्योंकि आप लोग अभी नया सीख रहे हैं. आपको बता दें, बताते हैं कि लॉजिक क्या होता है. थोड़ा टॉपिक से हटकर बताना चाह रहे हैं. जैसे आप टॉपिक से हटकर प्रश्न पूछे थे, हम भी टॉपिक से हटकर समझाने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं. ये लॉजिक क्या है? ये बार-बार हम लॉजिक चलाते रहते हैं. लॉजिक का मतलब होता है हिंदी में तर्क. तर्क कहने का मतलब है, मान लेते हैं कि ये जो है इनोसेंट है, किसी के रॉबरी में ये इनोसेंट है, और बी जो है बी कल्प्रिट है. ये बी जो है कल्प्रिट, बी दोषी है जो रॉबरी किया है, ये बेचारा सीधा साधा है.
मासूम है.
करेक्ट? सुनते चलिए बढ़िया से. करेक्ट? लेकिन जब दोनों का जजमेंट हो रहा है, जब कोर्ट में दोनों पेश हुए ये दिखाने के लिए कि कौन सही में रॉबर है, तो क्या हुआ कि एक का वकील, इसका भी एक वकील है ना, लॉयर, इनका भी एक वकील है और एक दूसरा भी वकील है. कहने मतलब कि लेकिन नॉलेज में, एक्सपीरियंस में लॉयर 2 का ज्यादा अनुभव है. लॉयर 1 जो है इसका अनुभव बहुत ही कम है. तो स्वाभाविक सी बात है, जब किसी क्वेश्चन पूछा जाएगा ये ज्यादा तार्किक होगा, ये प्रश्न को बहुत अच्छे ढंग से समझाएगा, लोग कन्विंस हो जाएंगे. यानी ये गलत को सही करने के लिए है कि नहीं, ये जो रॉबर है ये नहीं है, रॉबरी तो करने वाला तो यही है, क्योंकि इसके पास लॉजिक बहुत ही स्ट्रांग है, बहुत अच्छा से तर्क दे रहा है. लेकिन बेचारा लॉयर 1 जो है ये फेल हो जा रहा है. तो आप सोच रहे होंगे कि लॉजिक का मतलब क्या है. कि जो सीधा साधा इंसान है वो जेल में चला जाता है और जो दोषी है वो बाहर निकल जाता है. आज के युग में सब होता है, जाना नहीं चाहते क्या होता नहीं होता, लेकिन ये लॉजिक ही है, तर्क है. जान रहे, क्योंकि जब कोर्ट में आर्गुमेंट होता है तो दोनों पक्ष के वकील अपना कुछ न कुछ बोलते रहते हैं. अब एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल और देख लीजिए लॉजिक का. एक हम लॉजिक लिख रहे हैं, wherever there is fume must be fire. अब देखिए, एक हमारा लॉजिक है, तर्क है. ग्रेजुएशन लेवल में जो आज के स्टूडेंट हैं उनकी पढ़ाई जाती है. लॉजिक एक तर्क शास्त्र, एक विज्ञान है, एक किताब है जिसमें सारी चीज पढ़ाई जाती है. क्या लिखे हैं देखिए, छोटा सा एग्जांपल दे दिए. Wherever there is fume must be fire. यानी कह रहा है कि जहां जहां धुआं होगा वहां आग जरूर होगा, जहां जहां धुआं होगा वहां आग जरूर होगा.
Yes.
लेकिन अब आप ध्यान रखिए, ध्यान दीजिए कि बारिश का मौसम है, बारिश छूट चुकी है. आप देखेंगे कि आपसे जब आसमान देखेंगे तो कहीं ना कहीं लगे धुआं लगेगा.
Yes, sir.
धुआं है, क्लाउड. समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir. The haze of the rain.
वो लगे कि वो तरह से धुआं है. यानी नियम से लॉजिक क्या कह रहा है कि वहां आग जरूर होगा, लेकिन वेरिफिकेशन करने के लिए यदि वहां पहुंचा जाता है तो देख रहा है कि अरे वहां तो है ही नहीं, एक मेरी तृष्णा टाइप का था। इसलिए यदि हम वहां जाते हैं तब सच्चाई का पता चल जाता है, लेकिन यदि इसको मानते हैं तो आग है। यही तर्क है। ये तार्किक शक्ति जितना आपके पास होगा उतना आप जेईई के क्वेश्चन को कर पाएंगे, क्योंकि वहां जो आपके क्वेश्चन मिलेंगे, एक क्वेश्चन है, हम कुछ बताने चाह रहे, क्वेश्चन ए है जिसके बी सी डी ई आंसर हैं। क्वेश्चन ए का आंसर जो है बी है, सी है, डी है, ई है, मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन, इसमें एक सही है। अब आप क्वेश्चन नंबर ए को सॉल्व करने लगेंगे तो आपका सवेरा हो जाएगा। कहने का मतलब है कि यदि क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 को आप सॉल्व करने लगेंगे तो आप परेशान हो जाएंगे। पता चला कि एक ही क्वेश्चन में आपको आधे घंटे लगे, तो आपका सारा प्रिपरेशन, सारा फ्रस्ट्रेशन सामने आ जाएगा। समझ में आ रहा है जो बोल रहे हैं? इसलिए जेईई के प्रिपरेशन के लिए बहुत जरूरी है कि आपको तार्किक शक्ति को स्ट्रॉन्ग करना होगा, आपको तर्क शक्ति को स्ट्रॉन्ग करना होगा। तर्क कैसा? जैसे मान लीजिए कोई प्रॉब्लम हमारे पास है, क्योंकि क्वेश्चन सेट करने वाले, ध्यान रखिए, कभी क्वेश्चन रिपीट नहीं करता है। इसमें बहुत बार इसमें आया था, इसलिए ऑटोनॉमी है आईआईटी क्वेश्चन सेटर के पास में, ये किसी को दिया नहीं है अभी तक। सरकार चाह रही थी इसको ओपन कर दिया जाए, लेकिन नहीं हुआ। ऑटोनॉमी है, वहां रिसर्चर क्वेश्चन बनाते रहते हैं, सोचते रहते हैं 15 साल 20 साल क्वेश्चन लेकर के कि रिपीट नहीं करना चाहिए। तो करता क्या है वो करता है, क्योंकि हम अपने से नहीं बोल रहे हैं, हमारी एसोसिएशन बहुत बड़े बड़े लोगों से रहा, जो आपके सीबीएसई बोर्ड के क्वेश्चन सेटर हैं, ये जो जेईई के क्वेश्चन सेटर हैं, क्योंकि हम मैथमेटिक्स के हेड एग्जामिनर हम बहुत बार आ चुके हैं, ठीक है। इसलिए जो भी फैक्ट आपको बता रहे हैं बिल्कुल सही बता रहे हैं, ये सारी चीजें होती है। यानी क्वेश्चन ए जो है ऐसा बनाया जाता है ताकि स्टूडेंट के नॉलेज में हो, स्टूडेंट के नॉलेज में हो, स्टूडेंट उसको बढ़िया से समझे, लेकिन घुमाया जाता है, क्वेश्चन को टर्न किया जाता है, ऐसा टर्न किया जाता है कि देखने वाला घबरा जाएगा कि कहां से आ गया, इसका आंसर कहां से होगा, चलिए सॉल्व करते हैं। जहां सॉल्व करने के चक्कर में गए तो गए। तो करना क्या होता है, आपको आंसर बी सी डी ई को इसके साथ मैच करना पड़ता है जल्दी करने के लिए। आंसर बी सी डी को मैच करना पड़ता है। हो सकता है कि आपका जो है ई नलिफाइड है, ई हेल्प नहीं कर रहा है, तो इसको हटाइए जल्दी से, माइंड में जल्दी हटाना है, ये हटा दीजिए मन में। हो सकता है डी आपका सिचुएशन से नहीं मैच कर, इसको हटा दीजिए, अब बच गया बी और सी। बी और सी में एक सही आंसर है। तो अब यहां तक पहुंचने के लिए आप बहुत फास्ट थिंकिंग करना पड़ा। यहाँ पहुंच गए, आप यहाँ रुक गए कि अब क्या करेंगे, तो अब यहाँ आपको थोड़ा सा हल्का सा रफ सोल्यूशन करने होंगे, रफ वर्क करना ही पड़ेगा, रफ वर्क बहुत फास्ट करना पड़ता है। तो ऐसी स्थिति में आप देखेंगे कि आपको सही आंसर मिल गया। माने जिस क्वेश्चन का आंसर बनाने के बाद आधे घंटे लगते थे, लेकिन इस विचार से, इस थिंकिंग लेवल से इस क्वेश्चन का उत्तर हम बहुत जल्दी दे दिए। तो ऐसे करके बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस मिलते हैं, आपको ऐसे पढ़ते चलना है, ठीक है। अच्छा लगा आइडिया? हेलो,
यस सर।
हाँ, इसको माइंड रखिए तो बीच बीच में हम क्विज देते रहेंगे कि कैसे आपको प्रिपरेशन करना है। इसीलिए हम सेट थ्योरी को डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। आज हम आपका एडवांस और मेल के क्वेश्चन को देख रहे थे, तो हमको पता चला कि टीचर क्वेश्चन सेट से डायरेक्ट पूछा गया है। सेट रिलेशन फंक्शन, ध्यान रखिए, सेट रिलेशन, सेट अकेला नहीं है, सेट है, रिलेशन है, फंक्शन है। ये तीनों क्वेश्चन, तीनों ही आइडिया इतने स्ट्रॉन्ग आइडिया डेवलप करते हैं जिससे आप बहुत बड़े प्रश्न का सॉल्व कर सकते हैं। करेक्ट। चलिए हम लोग आगे चलते हैं, समय तो बहुत ज्यादा होने चला, क्योंकि चलिए कोई बात नहीं, थोड़ा सा डिस्कस करके छोड़ते हैं, ओके। क्योंकि हम बताया आपको कि डिस्कशन से नॉलेज में इंक्रीज होती है। जो जो आइडिया आपको बताया गया आज, उस आइडिया को सोचिए और देखिए कि लॉजिक, आपका लॉजिक पावर बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग करना होगा, जिसको हम लोग कह सकते हैं रीजनिंग पावर। रीजनिंग पावर जो है आपको स्ट्रॉन्ग करना होगा, तब आप आंसर दे सकते हैं। ये देखिए, लॉ ऑफ डबल कॉम्प्लीमेंटेशन है, थर्ड को दिखाने जा रहे हैं। तो ठीक है, थोड़ा सा पेशेंस रखिए, हम चलते हैं यहाँ से। ओके, आर यू ओके नाउ? सो लॉ ऑफ डबल कॉम्प्लीमेंटेशन, जैसे यहाँ पे ए है तो आप एक कॉम्प्लीमेंट दिखाने जा रहे हैं, एक कॉम्प्लीमेंट बाहर दिखाएंगे, आप ये बाहर दिखाते हैं, ये आपके कॉम्प्लीमेंट हुआ, दिस इज फिगर 1। फिर आप फिगर 2 में जाएंगे। फिगर 2 में क्या कह रहा है? फिगर 2 में कह रहा है कि फिर इसका कॉम्प्लीमेंट लेना है, यानी उसी फिगर को दोबारा ड्रॉ कीजिए। एक फिगर ए दिखाइए और इधर आप ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट है, तो बोला है कॉम्प्लीमेंट फिर इसका कॉम्प्लीमेंट है, यानी इस कॉम्प्लीमेंट का कॉम्प्लीमेंट लेना है। यदि इस कॉम्प्लीमेंट का कॉम्प्लीमेंट लेंगे तो कहां जाएंगे आप? जो ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट में नहीं है, ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट है, ध्यान रखिए, ये जो डॉट है ये कॉम्प्लीमेंट का है, राइट, और ये जो डॉट है वो ए का है। क्लियरली क्या होगा? ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट होल कॉम्प्लीमेंट इज नोन एज ए इटसेल्फ। क्योंकि ये कॉम्प्लीमेंट का कॉम्प्लीमेंट लेंगे तो फिर यहीं आ जाएंगे, आपको ये हो जाएगा, इसलिए कहा जाता है लॉ ऑफ डबल कॉम्प्लीमेंटेशन, राइट। लास्ट में है लॉ ऑफ एम्प्टी सेट एंड यूनिवर्सल सेट। एम्प्टी सेट जानते ही हैं कि एक नल सेट होता है जिसमें कोई एलिमेंट नहीं होते हैं, और यूनिवर्सल सेट का मतलब है कि ऐसा सेट जिसके अंदर में सारे एलिमेंट हैं जो हमारे पास सेट है। तो फाइव कॉम्प्लीमेंट इज यूनिवर्सल सेट। फाइव का मतलब है कि ऐसा सेट जिसमें एलिमेंट है ही नहीं, ए सेट विदाउट एलिमेंट, ए सेट विदाउट एलिमेंट, ऐसा सेट जिसमें एलिमेंट है ही नहीं, फाइव। तो फाइव जब कॉम्प्लीमेंट लेंगे आप, जैसे फाइव कॉम्प्लीमेंट आप लेंगे तो क्या करेंगे, आप सीधे यूनिवर्सल सेट तक पहुंच जाएंगे। ये पूरा जो है फाइव कॉम्प्लीमेंट हो जाएगा, ये पूरा का पूरा यूनिवर्सल सेट ही आपका फाइव कॉम्प्लीमेंट है। यही कहा गया यूनिवर्सल सेट का। उसी तरह से यदि यूनिवर्सल सेट का कॉम्प्लीमेंट लेंगे तो क्या होगा? फाइव होगा। तो ध्यान दें कॉम्प्लीमेंट का मतलब क्या होता है, एक बार क्लियर कर दें। ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट इन बी, हम बहुत पहले बताया, याद रखिए आप। ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट इन बी माने वह एलिमेंट जो ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट में नहीं है लेकिन कहाँ है? बी में है। ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट इन बी क्या हो जाएगा? बी माइनस ए, यानी ऑल एलिमेंट्स ऑफ बी व्हिच आर नॉट ए, ऑल एलिमेंट्स ऑफ बी व्हिच आर नॉट ए, राइट। ठीक है, हम इसको यही छोड़ रहे हैं क्योंकि मैथमेटिक्स एक ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है, एक ऐसा टॉपिक है, इसे बहुत समझाना पड़ता है। आपका कोऑपरेशन बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि ये टीचिंग, ये जो है ये बोथ वे कम्युनिकेशन है। हम जो बोल रहे हैं आपके माइंड में पूरी तरह से बैठना चाहिए, और बैठ करके उसको आप लॉजिकली चेक करते चलिए। आप अपने वेरिफिकेशन के लिए हम कुछ क्वेश्चन आपको बहुत छोटे छोटे संख्या में क्वेश्चन देते चले जा रहे हैं, 4-5 की संख्या में, सो दैट यू कैन फील प्लेजर टू डू दैट। ओके, कल भी हमारा क्लास है, तो कल हम क्लास के लिए फिर तैयार होंगे, मिलेंगे फिर कल। चलिए, थैंक यू
सर। आज का असाइनमेंट आज नहीं मिलेगा क्या?
असाइनमेंट के लिए हम एक बार कंफ्यूजन आए कि हाँ कंफ्यूजन होता है, तो अभी हम थोड़ा देर करके आप व्हाट्सएप में डाल देंगे, ठीक है?
ओके सर।
हाँ, असाइनमेंट हम बना करके आपको व्हाट्सएप में डाल देंगे, ठीक है?
ओके,
अब हम इसको टाइप कर रहे हैं, टाइप करके आपको दे देंगे, करेक्ट?
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू,
Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू।